Hello there, channel members, friends, and followers from around the world. It is 1800 hours Zulu, 2100 hours local time here in Kuwait City, Kuwait, where this live stream is being broadcasted to you. And this is your host, Q8 Pilot. I hope you guys are all well. The Super Gamer, welcome aboard. Leaf, hello Leaf, welcome aboard, my friend. I am doing very well, and I hope you are doing just as good, my friend. And good luck to you on your flight on VATSIM across the pond and across the land event, rather. And Rand Cooley, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here. And thank you very much for your continued support, Rand. I can't wait to see you guys, you and Stan, at Flight Sim Expo and break bread with you guys. Boeing Corp Mike, welcome aboard from Logan, New Jersey. Glad to have you here with us during this live stream. Morgus1, welcome aboard. Aero Knowledge. Liam Fred from Sweden, welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you here. And we have also Elise Mamari. Hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you. Flight in service. Welcome aboard, my friend. What's up? How's it going? I hope you are well. Thank you very much for your support. Omar Wali. Hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Steve, hello, my friend. And we have Skitty Pilot. Welcome aboard, my friend. Thank you very much for your support, guys. And thank you very much for being here with me this Saturday evening as we take a look at the brand new PMDG 737-900ER for Microsoft Flight Simulator. We are, ladies and gentlemen, at Portland International Airport in the state of Oregon. And today we're going to be flying down to Los Angeles, California. And here is the beautiful PMDG 739. There you go, in all its glory, with registration number November 280 Alpha Kilo. And this is a real world flight. Aboard this flight, let's go to Sim Toolkit Pro so that you guys can see the flight information. And we're going to connect this to I need to connect FS. Oh, come on. All right, where is it? FSUI PC. There we go. So that it connects to Sim Toolkit Pro, and you guys can basically see what's going on. Hello, Glenn. Welcome aboard. And we have Lil Will. Anyone know how to fix the FPS drop when looking around? I have several videos on that you can take a look at, and those hopefully will help you. And this is the Alaska livery. Very, very nice aircraft, the PMDG. And of course, nothing really different from the previous 800, other than the fact that this is a longer range aircraft that basically takes more fuel and therefore has different performance data as far as the speeds, the length of the runway. It needs a little more runway to fly. Does the 900 release indicate 777 coming out? So there's absolutely no correlation between the two. Thor Door, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard from Iceland. Wow. We have a fan with us from Iceland, ladies and gentlemen. You are a member too. Welcome aboard, my friend. Thank you very much for your support. And Taki Tecmo, welcome aboard, my friend. It's been a while, without a doubt, and glad to have you here with us. It's early morning hours here in Portland, and of course we're flying real weather, but not real time today. And let's get things started. So we're going to hop into the cockpit. And we are in a completely cold and dark state. We are going to turn on the battery, and we're going to turn on the ground power. And let's cancel master caution. The first thing we're going to do today is we're going to set up the FMC. We're going to set up, beg your pardon, the payload information. And today I have something new for you guys. I have a FlowPro widget, which gives us the landing rate upon landing. So hopefully that will work well. And Gurluk, hello, my friend. Good morning to you. Andy, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Steve, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Not found a performance calculator for the 600 and 900 yet. All right, so let's go ahead and start things up here. So we have the, let's see, the battery is on. That one is on. Ground power is on. And let's go ahead and go to the FMC. We're going to go to FS Actions. And first, we're going to go to the fuel. We're going to bring up the SimBrief plan. And we're going to fetch our plan. Excellent. The fuel today, if we go to payload, block fuel is 17,963. We're going to just say 18,000. 18,000. And we're going to stick that here. And next, we're going to get our zero fuel, which is 13,137,641. All right, so let's go to payload, and 137,641. We're just going to say 138. 138,000. 138. All right, let's just say 138. There we go. And we have it will automatically set your passengers and cargo. We're going to go to return, and we don't need anything else here. So we're going to set this to the FMC, and we're going to begin with the cockpit preparation. Let's remove this for the time being and head over to the overhead panel. In fact, before we do that, let's do a few tests here. Right, checks all right. And cargo fire test. Checks okay. By the way, I've done only one flight on this aircraft, and what I've noticed is that it's got some issues with VNAV. It could have been pilot error on my, but I hardly doubt it. Let's bring up some light to the cockpit so you guys can see better. All right, that's good. Excellent. And next, we're going to head over to the overhead panel. In fact, let's come here and do the Mach speed test. 1, 2. Stall warning test 1 and 2. They kind of take time before they are operational. And next, we're going to set the adheres to nav mode. Test here is okay. And we're going to come here to the yaw damper and turn it on. Left after fuel pump is turned on. And let's bring up some lights here as well. Circuit breakers and the panel lights. I think that's much better. All right, everything looks good here. And we're going to arm the emergency lights. We're going to turn on the fasten seatbelt and non-smoking signs. Then since the aircraft is already refueled and ready to go. Steve and Angel, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Kakaku, hello, my friend. Welcome. Glad to have you here. And let's see here. All right, so window heat can go on. Hydraulics on. And let's bring up SimBrief plan real quick and check our final cruise altitude today for the flight, cruising at 37,000 feet. So we're going to set that here, 370. Should be an uneventful flight to Los Angeles today, across the state of Oregon into California. Beautiful scenery awaits us for this flight today. And bleeds we don't need for the time being. And everything here is good. Excellent. All right, so we're ready to start programming the FMC. Quick answer. Badger, good evening to you. Thank you very much for being here. And thank you for your support. I appreciate it. The Super Gamer, to answer your question, I will probably in the next Microsoft Flight Simulator flight, I will make it open for you guys. I am currently not connected to the multiplayer, but in the next flight, that's what I'll do. I'll allow you guys to join me if you like and fly with me during our scheduled flight. All right, let's go to position in it, and we're going to select the departure airport Kilo Papa Delta X-ray, which is Portland. And next page, grab the GPS position, stick it here, and we have alignment. That's because I've set it to immediate alignment. We're going to go to the route, and we're going to enter the origin airport, Kilo Papa Delta X-ray, and the destination airport is Kilo Lima Alpha X-ray or Los Angeles International. We are Alaska Airlines, and this is a real world scheduled flight, flight 358 on a Boeing 739 from Portland to Los Angeles. So AS 358, and we are set. Excellent departure. And we are today departing runway 28 left. So this is 28 left through the Cascade 2, which is the first one here. Through, there is no transition, I suppose. So we're going to go to the route, and we're going to go to the next page through Chisholm, and then direct to Judah. Excellent. And then we're going to fly direct to June Juliet. June JQNEJ. All right. And then we're going to take Airway Quebec 7. And we're going to exit at Chagua. Chagua is set. And next we're going to fly direct to Burgle. I wonder where these names come from. All right, so Burgle, and then it is going to be the Ermine 2 arrival into Los Angeles, runway 24 right today. So we're going to go back to the departures, select our arrival airport, and the arrival is through the Ermine 2, which is, we just missed it. There we go. Ermine 2 through the Burgle transition, and then ILS 24 right. We can take a look here at the raw flight plan to make sure there are no additional transitions. Cliffy, Gado, we don't have any of those there. So we are good. Watch out for the buses at Laxam. Yeah. Aviation HQ, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here with us. Thiago, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. A big shout out from Sao Paulo, Brazil. Hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. And my very warm regards to all my friends and followers in Brazil. Welcome, my friend. All right, so no transitions. Looks like there's a vector to final according to the flight plan. All right, so we're going to go activate and execute. And if we go to the next page, let's see here. Yep, as expected, vectors to final, so we'll leave it. Normally we'll get vectored in by ATC. What we are going to do before we leave the flight plan page, we're going to go for runway 24 right from the fixes page. And we're going to say runway 24 right. And we're going to enter that as a fix. And then we're going to create a 20 nautical mile ring. And also a 10 nautical mile ring. Oh, I messed that one up. Let's see here. There we go. 10. Excellent. So now we have a couple of rings there, 20 and 10. That's for situational awareness because we're going to need that. And you'll understand why when we arrive into Los Angeles. There is some mountains ahead when we are on the approach. And then we need to basically know when to vector to final because we don't have ATC to tell us today. So yeah. Toystick, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here with us. And yeah, we are ready now to go to the performance initialization, and we're going to select the 0 fuel weight. Reserved today for our flight is, God, I love Flow Pro by Parallel 42. So convenient and so useful. Highly recommend. By the way, guys, if you don't want to go for the full version, there is a free version that you can get. Very, very useful tool. All right, we're going to go to the payload and final reserve plus alternatives about 4.6. So 4644. Actually, we'll just say 4.6. And the cost index for the flight is 35. Brilliant. And now, the flight plan says 37,000 feet. It looks like we can't do 37, so we're going to do 35. And we're going to come down here and say 350 for our final cruise altitude today. And let's see here, cruise wind, we can get that here to 38, no. So we want the top of climb wind, which is 019er 38, 019er, 019er, come on, 38. And we enter that here. That's about cruise wind is done. Transition altitude in the United States is 18,000 feet. Executes. Excellent. N1 limit. We're going to derate our takeoff. And we're going to do flaps 5 for departure. Beautiful. Center of gravity is set. That gives us a trim of 4.69. So let's set that. 4.69, that's about right. And check out the speeds here. V2 156, woo. And by the way, we're flying very light. But yeah, that's a much bigger aircraft. So 156 is set. We're going to set our altitude to 35,000 feet for the flight. All right, and flight directors can go on. Rejected takeoff for the auto brake is set, and let's go ahead and start the APU. Now, if you look here in the fuel quantity, you will notice that we have a little bit of fuel in the center tanks. So what we're going to do is we're going to burn those off as we depart Portland, and then we'll start using the fuel in the left and right wings. All right, so APU is now starting. We can see the EGT rising, and we can remove this here. Excellent. Dave Everhart, hello, my friend. Greetings to you. Thank you for the stream. Well, thank you, sir, for being here. I appreciate the departure is named for the Cascade Mountain Range just east of Portland. Oh, thank you very much, Dave, for that. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. That's good to know. All right, APU is available. All right, APU is on. And we can go back to the overhead panel and just take a look here at... let's go ahead and turn on the fuel. As you can see here, there is some fuel in the center tank, so we'll leave those on. And we're going to come here. Everything here looks good. We're going to turn on the APU bleed. And we're going to turn on the left pack. Brilliant. All right, we are ready now for pushback out of our position. Let's take a quick look at the outside. There is, yeah, I'm not sure why the aircraft are heading over there, but I believe runway 28 left is right there, where that aircraft just came in. I'm not sure why we're getting that one. All right. Yeah, it looks like this is the departure runway, but I'm not sure why, you know, we've gotten 28 left for departure. All right. Well, that's okay. We are ready to call the pushback truck, so we're going to come down to the other FMC unit, and we're going to set this to climb, and we're going to come here and go to the legs page, but we're going to go first to the menu, FS Actions, ground services, and we're going to release the ground power, but first let's set the parking brake. Right, parking brake is set, and now we can remove the ground power unit, release, and remove the chocks. Brilliant. Go back to the legs page, and now we can call back the pushback truck. So again, we're gonna summon GSX. All right, and prepare for pushback and departure. Excellent. Ice warning. Do you request the icing treatment? Yeah, why not? Let's do.
The icing vehicles are coming now.
Kind of make it a little bit more interesting. All right. We are ready here, so I'm gonna leave the anti-collision lights off until de-icing is complete, and then we're gonna basically turn it on. Martin Farkas, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Is this real time, real weather? This is real weather, but not real time. Because we wanted to enjoy the beautiful morning. We can actually set it to real time if you guys like. It's not really now going to make that much of a difference. Yeah, definitely taking off runway 28 left. De-icing trucks are acting funny. That is a nice takeoff right there. By the way, we're using FSLTL, and I will tell you guys, Just Flight has recently released their FS traffic, which is essentially an AI traffic program. It is, of course, payware. And personally, in all honesty, I do not recommend it. I recommend FSLTL, although you'll get a little bit better performance with Just Flight. But FSLTL does the job in my view. It does it well. The program is under constant updates and improvements. So I definitely do not recommend the Just Flight AI traffic program. I think FSLTL is far, far better. Right.
Confirm aircraft is ready for treatment.
All right. We'll do fluid type 2, 50%.
We begin treatment now and observe. Fluid type 2. Concentration at 50%. I will call you back when ready.
All right. Perfect. Let's get those wings de-iced. How cool is that? You know what it would be really nice from GSX is to have emergency vehicles. And Easy SimPilot did a video showing how you can just use Just Flight models in FSLTL to improve FTS, but obviously means buying the product. Andy, there isn't really much that you need to do other than install the Just Flight models, and then if you once you run FSLTL, it will actually ask you if you want to prioritize Just Flight models over the FSLTL models. That's all there is to it. Bill Barrett, hello my friend, welcome aboard. Yeah, Tacky Techno, that is very snazzy. You know, speaking of the word snazzy, I had a friend of mine back in the States who used to tell me schnazzy. And some of them used to say snazzy, and I told them which one it is. He said, well, pick the one you like. There's a couple of aircrafts coming to land there. A very nice scene there. Right, looks like de-icing's complete. Why are the flaps down like that?
De-icing and anti-icing completed. Anti-icing code is fluid type 2.
Look at that.
50%. I'm disconnected. Good day.
I had my control. All right, we're going to set this back up here. All right, perfect. So now we can call the pushback truck.
Due to icing conditions, please stand by for engine start until push completed and brakes set.
All right, perfect. We're just going to wait for the flaps to retract. Not sure what happened. Looks like my control. I was actually fiddling around with my controls today. It looks like I pressed the flap down button.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
All right, we are ready for pushback. Excellent. Q8, do you like to fly Boeing or Airbus? I like both. But you know, I prefer Boeing, to be honest.
Bypass pin inserted.
I'm more of a Boeing guy. All right, so I think, what is he doing? All right, it's locking the gear. All right, let's go ahead and turn on the anti-collision light. And we're going to turn off the pack. Excellent.
Locking gear.
Right. Gear is being locked. Nose right, facing southeast on Taxi Tango. Let's see, nose right. Yes, we want nose right. That's correct.
Release parking brakes.
All right, let's release the parking brakes.
Commencing push. Due to icing conditions, please stand by for engine start until push completed and brakes set.
All right, excellent. All right. So in the meantime, we can go back to the cabin, and we can see the beautiful, PMDG panel here, the cabin. There we go. Nice little cabin, very similar to their other variants. So we're just gonna wait for for GSX to grant us the permission to start our engines. Now, this issue that you see on the ground is from DX12, and you can see that it goes away as we start moving away from the area. Starts loading and unloading elsewhere, so all right, it's just an immersion breaker, so we can fix it that way. All right. There we go. Such a lovely aircraft, the PMDG 737. All the variants are just really exceptional. All right, here we go. We are just waiting for the pushback truck to put us in position. Lovely airport by Flight Beam Studios.
Set parking brakes.
All right, parking brake is now set.
Waiting your confirmation for good engine start.
All right, so now I think we can go ahead and start our engines. We're going to come here. The packs are off. We're going to start with the engine number 2. Switch this to ground, and we're going to watch the engine spooling here, as you can see. All right, here we go. And about 20% of N2 will introduce fuel. And those beautiful engine sounds. Right, let's dismiss the ground services.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
All right, and the pushback truck is now unlocking the gear. And we are good to go. Excellent. Let's start engine number 1.
Unlocking gear.
And now, as you can see, engine number 1. Ooh, we need to set the pack to high. Isolation valve closed. And this engine number 2 bleed is on. And yeah, just wait for 20% and introduce fuel. Excellent.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Speed check. Hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here with us this evening. All right. And by the way, folks, I am preparing the top 10 freeware add-ons for X-Plane 12 video very soon. I think I have come across sufficient brilliant add-ons for X-Plane 12 that we can basically showcase on the channel. Right, we have a good start, looks like, on both engines. So we're going to turn on the gens. Gens are on. We're off the APU. And let's see here. All right, so let's head back over to the overhead panel and make sure everything's okay. The yaw damper is on. All fuel pumps are currently on. And ground power we don't need. Everything looks good here. We're going to turn on the probe heat on. Engine anti-ice we don't need. Voice recorder is on auto. Trim air is on. Recirc fans on auto. Isolation valve and the packs on auto. And we can turn on the engine 1 bleed and turn off the APU bleed. And now we can turn off the APU. Engine start switches to continuous. I've heard that you don't actually need to set those on continuous on the 900. So you can actually just leave them on auto. I'm used to, for the 800, 600, all the previous variants, you need to set this to continuous. But on the 900, I believe you don't need to do that. So you can leave them on auto. But anyway, we'll leave them here for the time being. We're going to turn on the runway turn-off lights and taxi lights. And we are pretty much ready to go. Let's go ahead and set... Oops. Let's set our flaps. So we're going to come here and set flaps 5 for departure. Right, flaps 5. Excellent. And we're going to perform the flight control check. Full up, full down, full left, full right, neutral. Pedal full left, full right, neutral. And before taxi checklist is complete, and we are ready to go. Let's release the parking brake and head over to runway 28 left for departure. Let's go ahead and turn on the TCAS, and we'll come down here and set that to just, you know, any number we like, and set this to TARA, and we're good. Excellent. Let's give it some power. Beautiful wing view here of the PMDG 739 as we make our way to runway 28 left for departure. And there is the Delta right behind us there. The flight time today is approximately 2 hours. No, I'm not on VATSIM Forever, Glenn. No. So what we're going to do today is we will use a little bit of time compression if needed, depending on what we're going to do. Today, actually, folks, I was going through some of my stuff, I have a box, the memory box, I call it. And it's got a lot of my pictures, letters, postcards from my time in the States, and I've kept all of it because it's just, you know, I very fondly, you know, remember those times. And so I kept everything, even the very first postcard I received from my insurance agent, Jennifer Nettleton. She sent me a postcard when I first signed up with Farmers Insurance back in the States, and I kept the postcard. So I was going through a lot of my stuff, and I found a drawing that was made by a very dear friend by the name of Matt. I will not say the first name just to protect his anonymity in case he does not want, maybe he doesn't want me to share his name. Because I'm going to tell you today a very inspiring story that inspired me for years. And when I saw the drawing today, I remember I said, you know what, I'm going to share this with my friends on the channel. And so that's what we're going to do today once we are airborne. Q8, how to use the time compression feature. I'll show you right now, right before we take off. I'll show you how to use the time compression. Alright, so here we are at the hold short point for runway 28 left. And we're going to turn on the landing lights. And we're going to turn on the strobe lights as well. Wing lights turned on. Everything else is looking good. Auto throttle is turned on. And here's the turn. Look at how beautiful this aircraft is. All right, so to do time compression, if you click the clock, it will start. And then you see this mouse button here. So let me just show you here real quick. If you go to this TCSR, you just move the mouse when it says it shows up, then it will basically do the time compression. We'll do it in flight, and you'll be able to see it as well. All right, so the clock has started now, and we are ready to go. Runway 28 left. And there's the Delta aircraft coming there, lining up right behind us. All right, let's go for 40% of N1. We are stable. And toga. Check. Thrust is set.
E1. Rotate.
Rotate.
Positive rate of climb.
Gears going up. Beautiful departure here out of Portland. Let's not get carried away with our views there. But this looks really, really good. Look at that, guys. What a beautiful departure. All right, that's the tanks. That's okay. So we've depleted the tanks in the, we're above 400 feet. So VNAV, LNAV. Let's turn this off, and we're gonna go to flaps up. Excellent. We continue the climb. We're going to set the range to about 40 nautical miles right there. Right, let's turn off the fuel pumps here. That will get rid of the message. And command A is engaged. Auto brake can go to off. Guys, I will be right back with you. I have a phone call I need to attend to, so I'll be right back with you shortly. Sorry about that, guys. I had a phone call that I had to take, and so I try to turn off the lights at 10,000 feet, but my apologies. Bumman Flights, how do you get the clouds so beautiful? Oh, so basically, if you look at my video on removing the film grain, I show how to get that. If you're planning to attend Flight Sim Expo and are unfamiliar with Houston area, there are 2 commercial airports, FS Expo Hotel, and major events are along. Yep, that is correct. Yes. Trudor, how are you doing, my friend? You're a great teacher, Q8. Learned so much from your videos, both in XP and MSFS. Big thanks. Well, thank you, sir, for your kind words and for your support. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yeah, if you refer to my video on how to remove, just if you search in YouTube, how to remove film grain MSFS, in that video, I show you exactly how to do that. How do you use time compression? All right, so let me show you first. Let's go to the exterior here and look at this beautiful terrain here as we fly across the state of Oregon here and head downward south to Los Angeles, California. So how do we use compression? If you go here, you see this arrow pointing up. So let me just go here so you can see. All right. So the first thing you need to do is you need to hit the clock here. So if you hit the clock, it will start the clock. And then if you go here and select this TCSR button, the first one, and make sure the arrow is pointing up. And once you click it, you'll see that the clock turns green. We'll do that once we are at cruise altitude, and I'll show you how that works in action. But we're going to enjoy the climb there to 35,000 feet. And then we will go ahead and use a little bit of time compression as we make our way to Los Angeles. What are frequent flyer point for? All right, so frequent flyer points are points that you will accumulate by watching the Q8 pilot channel streams, and the more you interact, the more points you earn. And then you will be able to redeem those points on the cloud store on Streamlabs OBS. Basically what I'm going to be offering there is gift certificates as well as add-ons. So there will be serials for add-ons or gift certificates where you can redeem them by accumulating points on the channel. So the more you watch and the more you interact, the more points you will earn in on the channel. Kind of a way of saying thank you for being here and paying you something in return for your time watching here and keeping me entertained as much as I keep you guys entertained. So yeah, that's what the frequent flyer miles are. I'm not going to forget Boeing Corp. I will definitely show you how to use the time compression there. We'll do it in action there. Let's take a quick look here at the wing view. Again, very beautiful terrain in the state of Oregon here as we make our way towards Los Angeles. You can see the snowy terrain there. Kind of a mix. And here's a look at the outside. Lovely. Just lovely. Stefan, hello my friend. If I didn't have an exam on Monday to study, I'd definitely be using time compression today. Yeah. I'll tell you guys, using time compression is a very useful tool. So that and state saving is very important because then you can save, the flight and come and complete it some other time. Or if you want to practice a certain approach from a certain angle, or you set up your aircraft and you just want to come and practice. Let's say you want to do one of those arc approaches, and you reach a point and you save the aircraft, you save the state of it, and then you come back some other time and you reload it again, which is pretty cool. And here is the beautiful mountains here in the state of Oregon. Look at that. Just absolutely gorgeous. Very, very nice. Salu, hello my friend. Will we have a missed approach today for the entertainment or not? Well, I think that depends. If we encounter a situation where we need to do a go round, then we will definitely do that. Nino's Aviation, welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you here. I am using Streamlabs OBS. Is it Joa? Is it Joa or Joe Cavalcanti, is it? I'm sorry if I did not say your name correctly, but greetings to you, my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here with us during this live stream. Just a differential equation, but I like to use long flights and flight sim as an opportunity to study. Yeah, differential equations, that's quite a subject. Steve, Ben, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here with us during this flight to Los Angeles. Welcome. Glad to have you. All right, so we are at 30,000, heading for 35,000 feet. You can see the top of climb TC here. And yeah, let's take a quick look here. Again, beautiful, beautiful terrain over the state of Oregon here as we just look at that. That's just absolutely gorgeous. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. This is phenomenal. Very, very nice. All right. All right, if we look here, just let's make sure everything is okay. Everything looking good. Excellent. All right, so to use time compression, we have the clock ready, and now if we come here and click, you see how the time is turned green, all right? And now you can see the clock moving faster. You see that? That's about 4 times the compression. You can see faster altitude as we climb faster to our cruise altitude. So that's how we use it. I'm going to keep it now until we reach our cruise altitude and a little longer into the flight, and then we will use time compression. We're about 12 nautical miles from the top of climb, so we'll leave it for now and just enjoy the climb to 35,000. Now, the story that I wanted to share with you guys is back in 1990, was it 93? Yeah, 1993 to be exact. I had a friend of mine who owned a pizza store on Willow and Gettysburg. Those were the major cross streets where Willow Pizza was, so Willow and Gettysburg. And it was called Willow Pizza. And I used to go there, every few days, we'll go and have dinner there. Just to support my friend. His name was Mike. So Mike was the owner, and we used to go there. We were a bunch of friends. We used to go to support Mike with his new business. We go and eat there and have a good time. And I couldn't help but to notice 2 guys. They were always there when we were there, and they used to come and order. They actually used to go there every week. So every Friday or Saturday we see them there, and they just come in and they sit down. They order 1 pizza, and one Coke, one, potato wedges, and they share everything, and they go. And hello from Turkey, Mert. Hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. What program do you use for sky color and atmosphere? I don't use anything. You can call me JC. All right, JC. My Portuguese name is very hard to pronounce. All right, JC. That works for me. Thank you very much. And we have Mert with us from Turkey. So basically, those two guys used to be there every week or so, and one day I guess they heard me talk about Kuwait, and so by the end of the sitting, they came up to me and they say, "Hey, we've got something for you. You're from Kuwait," and I said, "Yeah." So they gave me a piece of drawing, like a paper, it was just a regular paper with a pencil, and they sketched, the map of Kuwait with a flag, and it was beautiful, and that's the drawing I have with me until this day. So I thanked them for it, and I was about to leave the restaurant, and they approached and they said, "Would you mind dropping us off?" And I was warned a lot from taking people into the car, but those guys, I felt like they deserved a ride. They've done a nice drawing for me, and I see them every other week, so they were very familiar faces. And I said, okay, fine, and I dropped them off. They just kind of said, go left, right, right, left, and I dropped them off, and it was a kind of a habit every week. I see them there, they eat the pizza, and I drop them off. Now, the funny thing is, every time I dropped them off, they were actually pointing to a different spot. And I was kind of wondering, where do these guys live? Every time it was like a different directions. So I couldn't help but to ask them. I said, guys, where do you actually live? And we have with us, ladies and gentlemen, Abdullah Niazi. Hello, Abdullah. Welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you. Ken, hello, Captain. Well, welcome aboard, my friend. So when I asked, actually the guys were Matt and Dave, and I asked them, guys, where do you live? And they said, well, Sam, we're going to tell you something, but we hope that you don't get upset. And I said, what's that? I said, well, we're homeless. And my jaw just dropped, and I felt, very sorry for them. And so Matt and Dave were homeless. They didn't have a home, and what they used to do, believe it or not, they used to donate blood every other week and blood plasma alternately, so that they can get a compensation and go and eat. And they used to just sleep anywhere. And I was just stunned from their story. Now, through the many conversations I've had with them, here's a thing that they said, or Matt actually said, that just stuck in my head. And he said, Sam, don't think that we are poor people. We are not. Because richness is richness of the heart. And if you have passion and you have love for something, you will make it. And we believe that we will make it. This is just temporary. Inside, we don't feel we're poor people. Yeah, we don't have a place to sleep in the night through the hot summers and the cold winters. We've been like this for like 2-3 years now. And to me, for me, I was probably 19 years old at the time or so. It was just, I was stunned by the whole thing. I wasn't sure if this is true or not, but day after day, I realized that those guys are actually very kind people. And what Matt started doing is, and I know this is probably, I get very emotional when I say the story, because I've lived the story with these guys and I saw them with my eyes. So what they used to do, after a while, after they've collected enough money from donating their own blood and blood plasma, they actually started going to the neighborhoods and collecting the trash cans, the soda cans, like Pepsi or Cola or 7-Up or Sprite or whatever it is, and they started recycling those for money. And that was every single day. They wake up early at 6 a.m. in the morning and they start, just walking through the neighborhoods with those big bin bags and just putting all the recycled material in there to go and recycle it. And, you had to maybe like 5 or 6 bags full of cans, gives you about $5. And that was some really hard work. And it wasn't easy. It wasn't an easy thing to do. And throughout this whole journey, I offered to help them, and they actually refused. They had so much dignity that they actually refused that I give them help. And so what we decided to do is we spoke to Mike at Willow Pizza to give them a free pizza every time they showed up there. And he, of course, graciously agreed to do that. But day in and day out, they would wake up in the morning and go and get those cans, get them recycled. And little by little, they were actually able to save a little bit of money to rent an apartment. And things started getting a lot easier for them. And then, little by little, they actually bought a car and they established a small company. Now, I'm going to not just go through all the details because some of it is just really heartbreaking and I will get very emotional saying it. But little by little, they were able to buy a car and establish a small company that does recycling. And the day they actually opened for business, I went to their shop and I walked in the front door and, Matt was the kind of the guy that did all the logistics and the trucks and the all that stuff, and Dave was more of the meter and greeter and the financial guy and things like that. So I walked in and the first thing when they looked in the eye, they said, "Sam, your pizza today is on us. We're buying you lunch." And they said, "Remember when we told you richness is richness of the heart? This is proof that richness is richness of the heart." And we, believe it or not, just seeing you there with us every day was enough support for us. And thank you for everything you've done for us. Of course, I've done nothing to these guys other than just, support them, support them emotionally. But it was a very inspiring story to see people who were in the ghettos and had absolutely nothing. They were homeless, and just the only thing driving them is their passion to be something in life. And they were able to do it. And so the moral of this story, and the reason why it keeps inspiring me, is that if there is a will, guys, there's always a way. And if you want to accomplish something in life, you will definitely, it only takes the will. You can find so many excuses, a million excuses for not doing something. You can blame the world for being against you, or the circumstances, or Mother Nature. But it only takes the will to do something. And that was a very inspiring story that today just sits in the back of my head when I remember those guys. And I hope they are well. I have lost contact with them after I left the U.S. But I hope they are well and that they are safe and healthy. And so, yeah, I wanted to share that story with you guys. Thank you, Peach Lemon. All right, so back to our flight. I have been there. I help others whenever I can because of it. It's a very tough experience. Love the story. Steve, I love the fact that you've been there as well, because I know that you can probably feel for those guys. And yeah, It takes, sometimes it takes just really the will. All right, so unable to 80 at Nuppet. All right, so a few things we need to do here, and then we're going to start our compression because we are 461 nautical miles from top of descent. All right, so let's come and find out what's going on here. It says unable to 80 KTS at Muppet. Muppet. All right, so 280. All right, so why is it can't do? All right, well 2279. That's all right, and we'll put it there. Execute. There you go. All right, so that should fix that issue. And what we can do now is we're going to switch just to the external view to look at the beautiful terrain, and then we're going to use time compression to reduce our time to Los Angeles. All right, traffic. All right, we can see the traffic, and we're going to bring up the terrain as well. All right, and we're going to go ahead and use time compression now. Now, when there is a turn, the time compression will work, but when there is a turn, when the aircraft is ready to make a turn, it will go back to normal time. So, and then it will kick in, the compression would kick in again as soon as the aircraft is stable or out of the, has completed the turn. So, all right, we'll use the time compression for a while. And by the way, it will also pause the compression if there is heavy turbulence. So you will notice that it will also disengage the time compression. So we'll leave it now, and you can see the time is going to be reduced by more than half as we make our way to Los Angeles. Funny how you meet new friends. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Boeing Corp Mike, for your support always, my friend. And thanks for being here. Stefan, I had a similar experience with a lady and her family who came to us from Moldova. It started with me just paying for her groceries out of the blue one day, and now they have a great life here. Well, that's great to hear. That's great to hear. Will you stream the Flight Factor 777 and plane? Unfortunately, the Flight Factor 777 has numerous issues, one of which is the inability to start the one of the engines. So many issues with it, so many bugs. It's a very dated plane. The reason I wanted to stream it, by the way, is more of the sentimental value it holds for me, being the very first payware aircraft that I purchased for X-Plane. And so I was really dying to fly it because because of the that reason. Unfortunately, it doesn't work. Let's hope some developer makes a 727 for MSFS for those arc approaches. Yeah. USA is land of opportunity. That is right, JC. Land of the free home of the brave. That's what I call the US of A. Yeah, I really am very excited about going to the U.S. in June. So yeah, very fond of my time there, without a doubt. I think so, Stephanie. I think you're right. Yeah, I think the Quest Kodiak, those are SimWorks Studios. Those are the guys working on. By the way, if you go to the outside, you can see how fast we're flying with 4 times the speed here, but everything still looks good. There are no blurry textures whatsoever. Everything looks just beautiful, really, as we make our way with the time compression. We're already down to 366 nautical miles. Now we can come here, and we're going to go to the approach reference. The ILS frequency is 108.5, so we are going to enter that here, 108.5, and transfer it. And we're going to do the same thing here, 108.5, and excellent. Then we're going to take a note of the approach course, which is 251. And we're going to set it here, 251. Right, 251 is set. And we'll do the same thing on the first officer's side. 251 is set. Perfect. Looks like there's an aircraft that was at a very close altitude there. About the same, maybe slightly higher. I still remember buying the Flight Factor 777. Great nostalgic memories. Can't wait for their their new project. The version 2 is supposedly. I tweeted today. I retweeted their tweet on the engine noise. I guess the engine sounds. So it looks like it's coming along nicely, and I do love the 727 as well. Nino's Aviation. Yeah. The 727 is a great plane, but the fuel burn is pretty bad. It's just not a very fuel efficient aircraft. That's a very nice scene here. Let's stop compression for just a second here. All right, let's just take a look here at this beautiful scene here. Look at that, folks. That looks just absolutely phenomenal. And here is a wing view. Just beautiful clouds. Look at that, folks. That's just beautiful. Wow. Looks so good. Alrighty. Let's engage the compression once more. There was a 707 for X-Plane 11, but it got removed from the org store. It wasn't great quality anyway. Oh, it's the Wilson aircraft. N-Plane, unfortunately, the developer behind that aircraft has passed away. And that is the reason it was pulled from the store, because he's no longer with us, unfortunately. So for that reason, it was removed from the org store. I do have the aircraft, but yeah, it's because I bought it, and so yeah, if we were to get 707 727 L1011 for MSFS, will never leave my house ever again. That's funny. Once in FSX, my inner engines died on final approach on the B707 because of bad fuel management. Yeah, that happens. Yeah, definitely. Imagine you had a home cockpit. I'd probably never leave the house if I had a home cockpit. I'll probably just doing flights all day long. Maybe a good retirement plan there. After retirement, we can, I can build my own home cockpit and enjoy it. Yeah. All right, 255 nautical miles for top of descent. So we should be there shortly now. We should begin the descent shortly. And the terrain over in the state of California, especially the north and the south, is very mountainous. So it makes for a very beautiful approach into Los Angeles. Yeah, so far it's doing well. The 739, no issues there, no hiccups whatsoever. And that's one of the things I like about PMDG, considering the fidelity of their aircrafts and the fact that they're, optimized for performance. In fact, they are the PMDG fleet of aircrafts is the best in terms of performance out of all the airliners that are available for Microsoft Flight Simulator today. Whether it's the Phoenix, the Indibuilds A310, the Mad Dog by Leonardo Software, it just on FPS, it's the best, really. I'm 3 years away from retirement, and I'm definitely planning to do some fun flight sim projects. Yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing when I retire as well. Definitely. All right. So here are what things look like. The outside. First officer's side. Lovely. Excellent. I'm currently testing the latest version of the SSG 748, and if all goes well, then probably it will be the subject of our next stream. There is, by the way, a new aircraft, Vans RV-10, I believe, for Microsoft Flight Simulator by SimWorks Studios. Now, the aircraft is actually done to a very high standard. It's got beautiful visuals, beautiful sounds, flies very well. Unfortunately, they made it a requirement that this Sky for Pad thing, it's a payware, but there's a free version of it. They made it as a compulsory for the aircraft to actually run, and that is a huge drawback in my view, because I don't like to use Sky for Pad. I don't like that software. It's got this server thing and, run the server and run this and run that. To me, it's a big no-no. And without it, the avionics would not work on the RV-10 by SimWorks Studios. It's a shame in my view, because the aircraft is actually pretty good. And it's a fun aircraft to fly. But I prefer their Van RV, I believe 14 is the one they're all kit aircraft, but I prefer the 14 over the 10, simply because they've made this compulsory thing with this Sky for Pad. I just don't want to install it. I don't like it. So that's my only comment on that. So yeah, is PMDG better than Zibo? Are you planning to do a long-haul live stream? I don't know, N-Plane. That really depends on... it really depends on my time. Normally, I don't have much time to do, very long streams. And for this reason, we're using time compression today as well. Because I probably should go to bed very soon. So yeah, I mean... I think we can turn it off now. But yeah, I mean, it's very difficult for me to to do very long streams, simply because of my time. I don't have sufficient time to do those long haul streams. But hopefully one day I will. I recently got my 3D printer, and I have been learning Arduino programming with a long-term aim of building out my own customized HOTAS and panel setup. That's cool. Yeah, I'll definitely make the room for it. So is PMDG better than Zibo? In some areas, I think the PMDG excels, and in some other areas, I think Zibo excels. Now, in terms of the depth of system simulation, the Zibo, they're probably at par. But there are a few things in the PMDG that are not available in the Zibo, and vice versa. In terms of the fulfillment, the way I feel when I fly Zibo versus the PMDG, I personally prefer I prefer Zibo personally. Excuse me. And I know for a fact there are many other real-world pilots that prefer Zibo over the PMDG as far as the flight model is concerned. I have not flown long haul in over a year. Let's get in the way. Life gets in the way for sure. Yeah, well, without a doubt, Steve. Yeah. PMDG was great in FSX. It was great in P3D, and it's absolutely awesome in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Yeah. The differences, by the way, in terms of the flight model with the Zibo are quite noticeable, especially for the trained pilot. And but as far as the system simulation, yeah, the PMDG is, by the way, a little more in-depth than Zibo is. So yeah, the customizations available in the PMDG are there's a lot more. There's a lot more in terms of, you know, the maintenance, the oil fluids, and things like that. There's a lot, by the way, to the PMDG than what meets the eye, and most of the folks, including myself included, do not actually, you know, harness the full potential of what PMDG offers in terms of system simulation. Though we barely scratch the surface here, but many real-world pilots, you know, do go in depth. But there are, you know, things in the simulation. If you go here to the FMC, and if we go to the menu and we go to FS Actions, and then, no, beg your pardon, we're going to go to PMDG Setup. And from the setup, if you go to the aircraft and then you go to the equipment, you have, look at this, you have 17 pages of equipment. And you can see here, you can change the MCP type from the Collins to the Honeywell. You can also use after takeoff, wings level, heading select, so many things here. And again, double D rate, yes or no. The company cost index for the data link. So many customizations, EGWS, again, you can configure this to your liking. The callouts, ETOPS, whether it is ETOPS enabled or not, you can do that here. ETOPS cargo fire system, yes and no. Look at this, just so many things that you can actually set for this aircraft. And then if we go to return, again, you can do the same thing for the displays. Again, 9 pages of nine pages available for you to customize the display. Failures, you've got, again, 4 pages here, and each one, if we go to APU, you have a sub menu with, by the way, maintenance. So you can go to maintenance, and you can clear active, next service in 500 hours, service system. So if you actually look at the depth of system simulation, I will tell you that the PMDG wins over the Zibo. In terms of flight model, probably the Zibo would win over the PMDG. 109 nautical miles now for top of descent, and look at this beautiful view here. It looks like we are over the beginning of California. It looks like, if we bring up Sim Toolkit Pro. By the way, this is the opposite. This is a bug in Sim Toolkit Pro. The aircraft should be pointing downwards. So we are actually getting pretty close to our destination. We passed Carson City. We are actually at Fresno, California. Yay! That's where I used to live in the state. We are exactly above Fresno, California right now. And that would be the Yosemite Mountains there, San Joaquin Valley. And yeah, this is where I used to live for many, many years in the States. Very, very cool. Yeah, not much longer now to Los Angeles. I think my favorite option is the option for a 737 classic style gauges and displays. Great for simulating old school Southwest operations. Yeah, I do like, by the way, the steam gauges, and for that reason, the second home. That's right, Rand. Absolutely, that's my second home. I like the steam gauges, and for that reason, I really adored the IXCG 737 Classic. Too bad that aircraft isn't going to make it to you know, to X-Plane 12 from the looks of it. So I hope FlyJSim would bring back his 727 and 737 Classic. I believe it's 737-200 and the 727 for X-Plane 12. Hopefully that will happen soon. Yeah, the bounce is a little bit strange, I must say, in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Yeah. All right, we continue to climb 93 nautical miles, a good time for us to start resetting the MCP. So we're going to head over here to the FMC, and we're going to take a note. Looks like at Kobe, the initial approach altitude is 2,200 feet. So that's what we're going to set the aircraft to, 2,200. We're going to come here and reset the MCP altitude to 2,200. Right, 2,200 is set, and we are just about 88 nautical miles. I'm going to use a little bit more time compression there to get us a little quicker to the top of descent. Now you can see the time compression has kicked in. Look at the beautiful terrain in California. Just absolutely gorgeous. Looks phenomenal. Very, very nice. You saw that. Yeah, I definitely love, you know, California. I hope things are well for everyone living in California. I know they've had an extremely cold winter this year. I have a VA that uses those old Boeing a lot, so I'm hoping they come to X-Plane 12 too. Yep, definitely. Born in Pomona. Oh, okay. All right. Let's take a look here. We can see now we have the top of descent showing here in the display, about 54 nautical miles. We'll disable, by the way, the compression will automatically disable once we are at the top of descent, and it will re-engage once the aircraft has established a steady descent rate. So yeah. So yeah, instead of the 2 hours and 20 minutes, you know, we'll make it a little shorter today. There's traffic. All right, and there we go, 39. That is just a beautiful sight of the Californian terrain. Yep, I did, Birdie, I did speed up the sim a little bit. Have you seen any balloons on your flight? You know, it's funny, there is this channel, and there is a guy who claims to have flown by the balloon in a Comanche. Now, I don't know if that was you know, it was a comedy-like you know, video that he's done, but the comments on that video were just very, very funny. All right, 25, 24. FlyJSim 737-200. That's right. Yeah, that's just a brilliant aircraft. I love it. I love the 727. All right, we are 10 nautical miles from the top of descent. So we're going to turn off the compression now. And here's a look at the outside as we begin the descent towards Los Angeles. And by the way, folks, the departure airport today, Portland International, is by Flybeam Studios, and Los Angeles International is by InniBuilds. I believe that the InniBuilds rendition of Los Angeles is probably the very best rendition of Los Angeles for flight simulation. It is truly an incredible airport, very, very detailed and highly optimized for performance as well. So it is one that I definitely highly recommend. It's an excellent, excellent airport for Microsoft Flight Simulator. No, they all do not fly the same. I wish the Fly Jason will come. Yeah, I do too, Badger, without a doubt. Birdie, I think the aircraft do fly different in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now, whether it's accurate or not, that remains to be a different question altogether. And as you can see now, we have arrived at the top of descent, and the aircraft has begun the automatic descent towards Los Angeles, California, our destination today for our flight. And I just can't help but to admire the beautiful scenery and this cloudscape here as we arrive into our destination. We're looking good. And now you can see here in the display we have the first, this is the 20 nautical mile ring, and then there is the 10 nautical mile ring, which is basically around runway 24 right at Los Angeles International. This aircraft is, by the way, also equipped with the heads-up display. So if we click here, where is it? Come on. Maybe here? Here. There we go. Alright, so it's got the heads-up display, which personally I don't like. I think it's very distracting. I know a lot of people use it and they quite like it, but for me it's just really, really distracting. So yeah, we're not going to be using that. Otherwise, I might end up slamming the runway like we did in our previous stream at the Faroe Islands at Vagar Airport. And that flight was a lot of fun, I must say. Clouds look best, though by far X-Plane don't look half bad, but could use an upgrade. Definitely. It is distracting. I never use it. I'm with you there, Rand. It is very, very distracting. Yes. I agree there with you. Look at this, guys. Look at the beautiful terrain here as we make our way towards Los Angeles, California. This is phenomenal. Absolutely gorgeous. Those were some nice external views for you guys. We are approaching Los Angeles now, and this is a very familiar terrain, if you will, as we arrive. Yeah, look at that. That looks just absolutely gorgeous. I remember this route when I flew to back in 2017. We were on the A3, was it A380 Etihad. This is actually the same route the aircraft took as we as we made our way into LAX. It was a very, very long flight from Abu Dhabi straight to Los Angeles, California. The Etihad aircraft arrives into Tom Bradley, but it was one hell of a long flight. But yeah, this is very familiar. It looks just like that from the aircraft windows. The terrain was just really beautiful, a very beautiful sight as you approach LA from this particular route. Heads up is really nice in low minimum foggy approach and landing. Other than that, why bother? Absolutely. Did you see the fly-by-wire A380 previews? Yes, I did, and they look phenomenal. This just really can't wait. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we have Wycliffe Barrett in the house. Good evening to you, sir. Wow, that's very cool, Wycliffe. Thanks very much for stopping by, and enjoy the movie with your wife. X-Plane 12, the Airbus A350 for X-Plane 12 review is finished. Just need to add audio. All right, cool. Let me know when it's there. Well, I'm actually subscribed to you, so I'll probably get a notification. I'll check it out, Wycliffe. Thanks very much for stopping by. Appreciate it. All right, folks, we are at 23,000 for 2,200. We are looking good, and you can see here we are approaching Los Angeles from the north, so it's going to be a lovely approach into the airport. Unfortunately not from the seaside, but nonetheless just California, all of California is very nice to fly over. So yeah, we are doing great here. Descending. There's a little bit of a turbulence here. Let's check out the weather at our destination just to bring up our SimBrief plan. We're going to go to the weather here, and let's see, the METAR at Los Angeles, 110 4-knot wind. That's pretty calm. Then we've got 9 miles visibility, few clouds at 700, scattered at 1500, scattered at 4000. Current temperature is 12, altimeter is 29901. So an uneventful approach, hopefully, into Los Angeles. I don't see anything out of the ordinary there for our approach. So it should be uneventful. And it should be a nice approach into the runway coming from the city towards the airport. So we'll have probably Santa Monica to our left, the Santa Monica Municipal Airport to our right. It will be to our right as we approach Los Angeles International. I flew to China real world in DHL A380. I didn't really like the A380. I thought it was a bit tired looking in the cabin. I went upstairs for the bar, but even that wasn't impressive. Really, Wycliffe? Wow. Now, if it was Emirates, that would be so different. Yeah, that's what I was going to say, because I flew... Etihad wasn't really that great. I didn't like Etihad, but Emirates, when I flew the A380, Emirates last when did I go to Florida? 2021, I believe. When I went to Florida, it was just wow. I love the A380. It's just an incredible aircraft, and it's very calm, very comfortable, and Emirates is a very good airline, I must say. So yeah, I do like Emirates. I do not like Etihad at all. They're just really terrible. But guys, look at this. I mean, one of the things I like about Microsoft Flight Simulator is this. You know how realistic it is. It's just really, it really immerses you in the flying experience, thanks to its satellite imagery. The representation of meteorological data is second to none. I think for a flight sim is just really, really very, very well done. I love the weather in Microsoft Flight Simulator. It just looks so realistic. And when you fly in Microsoft Flight Simulator, there are moments where it's very difficult to, set it apart from, real life. Some folks actually have trouble, with certain pictures, with certain filters you can add, and it would just look like real life. It would be very difficult to tell it apart. So, yeah. All right, for a spare reference, let's go ahead and change that and set the altimeter to 989 is set. And we continue our descent. Let's decrease the range here. We can see what's going on. As you can see here, we're going to make a left turn until the very last here. I believe it's going to be Gado. And from Gado, it's vectors to immerse. And then we're going to approach the runway there to land the aircraft. Yeah, this looks phenomenal. Looks really, really nice. The ATI livery looks good though. Yeah, it does look very good. I love the livery. I don't like the airlines. Harry C. Fly-by-wire A380 will be great airliner and will set a high benchmark. Absolutely, Harry. I think, see, the thing is, fly-by-wire, the A380, the A320, as well as the Zibo, I think those are all freeware aircraft. And when you see something that is half cooked by Flight Factor, charging $89 for it, I mean, come on, get a grip, and it's just, I just don't get it. I mean, I hope their 777 version 2 is as good and hopefully better than PMDG and and Phoenix and all the other aircraft that we've seen thus far. They really need to create a product that has to be finished on day one. So on release cannot be beta. Please, guys, please, Flight Factor, no more betas, and please get out of the current betas. Please officially release your add-ons and iron out everything and release it, because enough is enough, I think, personally. All right, I'm going to extend the speed brakes and to reduce our speed here a little bit. So let's extend the speed brakes, help reduce our speed as we approach 10,000 feet. You can see here again the beautiful Californian terrain here and the southern part of the state. Well, not exactly southern, that would be San Diego. But yeah, towards the south, the southern part of the state, without a doubt. We'll continue to reduce our speed. That's a nice wing view for you guys. Oops, what's that? Excellent. Speaking of the PMDG now, that the 737NG family is complete, I guess PMDG is going to have the 777 in the beta testing pipeline soon. I hope so. I really hope so, because that is my absolute favorite aircraft for in real world. I love the 777-300ER especially. Is one that I absolutely adore. So hopefully it will come to us very soon. All right, Wycliffe, you take care, my friend. Stay safe and enjoy the movie. Don't forget the popcorn and enjoy. Hello there, HD Simulation. Welcome aboard, my friend. Stopping by with the like. Well, thank you very much for your support. I appreciate it, my friend. That's very kind of you. Thank you. All right, here we go. 11,000 for 2,200. We are approaching Los Angeles now, and looks a bit cloudy, but looks gorgeous. I have to say, look at that, folks. Wow. All right, we're approaching 10,000 feet. Landing lights are on. There we go. And runway turn-off lights. We are going to turn on the... Actually, we'll leave those. We'll leave that on auto. And this one is on the on position. Everything else here is looking good. All right. We're going to set the auto brake to 2. And we are pretty much ready now for the approach into Los Angeles. Right, 20 nautical miles. And as you can see now, this is the turn. And we get to enjoy the beautiful scenery here as we make it towards the airport. Very, very nice terrain and landscape over in Los Angeles. So we're going to continue after Gadu for just a little while. And then we're gonna vector to Kobe, and then it would be the final into runway 24 right. We are now at 900,000 feet. Is it 2902? Strange. All right, all's looking good. I'm in the 739 heading to stormy Atlanta. Cool. Chief Sim Pilot, welcome aboard, my friend. Here's a look at the external view here as we arrive into Los Angeles. Right, we can retract the speed brakes. Hello, Los Angeles, California. Beautiful, just really a beautiful scene here as we arrive into to Los Angeles. Looks really, really good. Right, we are at 240 knots, which is within the allowed speed, below 10,000 feet. And I can see traffic. There is traffic inside there as we make our turn. We have the terrain radar as well. Looks like there are some... The mountains are actually to our left, so I'm not very concerned. But I know there is a mountain range in front of us right there. So hopefully we'll be able to clear... we'll make the turn actually before the Tumors, before we arrive into the mountainous area there. Oh, lucky you, HD Simulation. I hope you enjoy it. Winds at 269 and landing to the west. Yep. Reporting 29903 today. Yeah, 29902. That's close enough. That's pretty much the same. And here is beautiful Los Angeles, California, ladies and gentlemen. Bit of a fog here, but that's a very very nice looking scene here as we arrive. Hopefully things will clear out as we approach the airport. We are now descending, and the speed is also going to about 210 knots. That's beautiful. That's just absolutely gorgeous. By the way, that's the airport right there. So if we go right here, that's the airport. Yeah, that's the airport. That's Los Angeles International. We just can't see it because of the fog and the low level clouds. Right, we're going to allow the aircraft to just... We're going to continue a little further before we intercept the MERS airway, or waypoint, beg your pardon, just to allow the aircraft to decelerate a little more. And we're going to go to speed check, flaps 1. Right, there we go. We'll continue to descend and decelerate the aircraft. This looks really, really good. Look at that. Beautiful. All right. We do have the flight control replay, so we will record our approach.
Traffic.
There's traffic right next to us there. Look at this beautiful sight. All right, I think that's good enough. We're gonna come here and we're gonna go to the legs. We're gonna select mirrors and use it as the active and execute, and now we begin our turn. We are at about 190 knots. Visibility isn't great. Let's go ahead and bring up flight control replay to record our flight. Let's see, where is FCR? It's not there, is it? I think I forgot to add it to the... Right, we'll come here and we'll say record. Disconnected. Why is it disconnected? All right, let's close this and all right, there we go. And we'll just call it 900 ER. That will pause a little bit. I don't know why it pauses every time. All right, there we go. So it's recording at least. All right, so now we are intercepting the ILS. We're going to go to approach, speed check, flaps 5. And we're going to arm the speed brakes. Speed brake armed. All right, we're cleared to land. That's the 10 nautical mile ring around the airport. Good time for the heads-up display. Yeah. I think we should be able to clear this, but if we don't, then we'll bring it down for sure. No, I think we have the runway in sight. So we are landing runway 24 right. Excellent. Yeah, we have the runway in sight. Wow, this approach looks absolutely beautiful. This bird will float on you if you're not careful. That is right, yes. Right, we are exactly at the 10 nautical mile range now. Speed check, flaps 15. And landing gear is coming down.
Traffic.
Very slight wind. Nothing too serious as we approach the airport. One thing we forgot to do is 3147. All right, so 3147. Excellent. Ooh, look at that. Jeez. Right, 147. That aircraft just did a go around. Speed check. Flaps 25. Speed check. Flaps 30. Right, looking good. Look at that, folks. Wow. All right, let's not get carried away. Auto throttle disconnected. Autopilot disconnected. My aircraft.
Glide slope.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Los Angeles International Airport with the landing rate -111. That's a good number. Reversers are out. $80 knots. Manual braking. Lovely. What is this guy doing here? Auto brake is disarmed. And we're going to begin retracting the flaps. We're just going to ignore this guy. Excellent. By the way, you can see also where we've landed exactly here. Very nice add-on there, which is a widget that you can get from flysim.to. Very nice. All right, perfect. All right, we're going to come here and runway turn-off lights we can keep. Landing lights are off. Strobe lights are off. And taxi lights are on. And yeah, we're good there. All right, let's head over to the taxiway. And then we are going to request the GSX to help us park the aircraft. Very, very nice airport, again, by any builds. All right, so here we can bring the aircraft to a stop. And let's call the GSX truck to help us. What? All right, that's better. GSX, and let's see here. Gate. Where do we want to go? Medium. Medium is fine. Follow me truck. Yeah. All right, we'll just wait. What do we want? Delta, Southwest choice. All right, we'll take the choice from the GSX. Marshaller has been dispatched on site. Follow me vehicle is on the way, folks. Really beautiful, beautiful approach into Los Angeles. Ooh, look at where 55 seconds. There he is. He's coming. He's coming. All right, let's release the parking brakes. "19 seconds. There he is. Hello there. Busy airport, Los Angeles. All right, let's follow the car now to the gate. It was a really lovely, lovely flight. I love the sounds on those FSL-TL models. They sound really, really good. Just look at the rendition of Los Angeles. The Super Gamer, the traffic is it is live because it comes from Flight Radar 24. So there is a little bit of delay, but it's pretty much live traffic, yes. Lovely rendition of Los Angeles International by any builds. There's a Delta just taking off there to our left. So what do you guys think of this route? It's a nice route. It's a bit long, but it's a pretty scenic route from Portland to Los Angeles. So this car, if you're referring to the follow me car, this is GSX, and you just can go and select where you want to park, and you can choose either to have a follow me car come and guide you, or you can say just wrap me there, and if you select the car, then it will come to you and guide you to the gate. Looks like we've selected. I'm very unfamiliar with the the airport here. In terms of the parking positions, I've been to this airport many times in real life, but the parking positions, so I'm not sure where is it going to take us. Probably the far end there of the airport. Yeah, Tom Bradley, I believe, is behind us now. But it's just really beautiful, just looking at the rendition of Los Angeles, how accurate it's been done by any builds. Yeah, all the routes to LAX are just phenomenal. I agree. What is this guy doing? Alright, for support reasons. Alright, you know what? We're just going to ignore him and we're just going to bring the aircraft to a stop here. I think this one here. That's a good parking, which is stand 3-4 Alpha. 3-4 Alpha works for me. Excellent. All right. Parking brake is set, and ladies and gentlemen, we are at the gate here at Los Angeles International Airport. Time to take a look at our landing. So let's do a replay. We're going to come here to flight control replay, and we're going to stop the recording. Let's load it. I believe I called it 900 ER. Is it 900 ER? Yep. Open and play. There we go. Takes a little bit of time to load the scenery underneath. Let's just do this. Let's see here. Yeah, that's good. It's still too far. Probably is. I think that's good. There we go. Just look at this beautiful approach, folks. Wow, looks beautiful. Ah, I know what's going on there. That's a flight control replay. What a beautiful approach into Los Angeles International. Oh yeah. Beautiful. I love the fact that you can actually get a replay of the animations now. So we can actually do that again. Let me just bring it here. We're going to do maybe a wing view for you guys. So I'm just going to put this back. Take the aircraft right about here. And, wait, let's... There we go. Where is it? Right here. Okay. It's gonna pause every time. All right, never mind. Why is it not? Ah, there we go. All right, this time we'll do it this way. There we go. Just wow, really. How about that? Gotta love it. You have got to love it. Well, folks, this is pretty much for our live stream this evening. I hope that you've enjoyed this live stream as much as I enjoyed streaming it for you. It's been incredible fun, really, flying with you guys this evening. I had utmost pleasure of sharing with you some of my memories back in the 90s, and without a doubt enjoyed being with you. Until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you all very soon. Stay safe, thanks for watching, and bye-bye for now.